Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Second down, here's Fournette. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
It's a pickup of...
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts.
Number 88.
As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
3 at the 27-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Minshew. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for number 88. Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Gain of 20. First down, Jaguars.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. Oh, he's got some breathing room. So that one will be accepted. Back to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Madubuike, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough road for Minshew and the Jags. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Landry.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
You can't block me. You can't block me. No. 44. Mike, 44. Get the ball. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. 6 man. Check curls. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Look at me, zipper. 5.
Now back to throw. Oh, that was dangerous.
Minshew's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. This will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Taken down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll fire one deep for West. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh no, he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
56.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but now it's third and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
That will tie the game, 28-all. Justin Tucker.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
That's the ball carrier.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. This is Shenault on the receiving end. Touchdown, Jaguars! Laviska Shenault, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Sacked.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. I ain't here like I.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second and 10. Again, Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they're out of of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Watch the pass.
34's the mark. 34's the mark. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
You gonna get the buttons. You think you gonna get this?
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Tonight's final score, Jaguars.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.